Selena Gomez just sat down with her husband and their closest friends and said something that stopped people mid-scroll. Not a headline about a new song, not a red carpet moment, just a real conversation that turned into one of the most honest things she has said in years. And the deeper you get into the story, the more it hits you. So stick around because the best part of this is at the end, and you genuinely do not want to skip it. Also, if you're not subscribed yet, do that now because we cover the stories that actually matter around here. Let us set the scene first. Blanco, the guy who has been producing some of the biggest records for the last decade while somehow staying out of the spotlight, recently launched a podcast called Friends Keep Secrets. And the whole concept of it is exactly what the name sounds like. It is him sitting down with his closest circle, having the kind of conversations that do not happen in interviews. His co-hosts are his longtime friend Dave Bird, who most people know as Lil Dicky, and Dave's wife Kristen Badalucco. No big production energy. No scripted talking points. Just friends in a room talking the way friends actually talk. The second episode dropped on Tuesday, March 3rd, and Selena came through as a guest. Now remember, Selena and Benny got married in September 2025 in Santa Barbara, California. So this is not just a celebrity dropping by a podcast. This is a wife sitting down in a room with her husband and their friends, and that changes the entire energy of the conversation. There is no performance here. There is no version of Selena trying to say the right thing for the press. She is just there in the moment, being herself. And then someone asked a simple question that cracked everything wide open. Benny turned to Dave and Kristen and asked how many kids they were thinking about having one day. Dave went first and kept it practical. 1 kid, maybe 2 if things go well. Kristen came in a little higher, she was thinking more like 3. Normal couple stuff, right? And then Selena jumped into the conversation and the whole room shifted. She said she wanted 4. Just like that. No hesitation, no qualifying it, no softening it down. 4. And she laughed after she said it because she clearly knew it sounded like a lot, but she also clearly meant every word of it. Now here is where the story gets interesting because Selena did not just throw out a number and leave it there. She had a reason, a very specific reason. And it goes back to a film that has apparently been living rent-free in her head for a while. She brought up a movie called The Family Stone. If you have not seen it, it is a holiday film about a family bringing home their son's girlfriend for Christmas for the first time. It sounds simple, but the movie is layered with real human messiness and love and the kind of family chaos that feels uncomfortably familiar. Diane Keaton plays the matriarch of the family, and she is surrounded by this incredible ensemble including Craig T. Nelson, Dermot Mulroney, Sarah Jessica Parker, Rachel McAdams, Luke Wilson, and Claire Danes. It is the kind of film that sneaks up on you. You think you are watching a Christmas movie, and then suddenly you are in your feelings without knowing exactly how you got there. Diane Keaton passed away in October 2025 at 79 years old. And the fact that Selena brought her up in this conversation carries more weight because of that. Selena said that Keaton's character in the film reminded her of her own Nana. That one detail tells you everything about why this movie is not just a movie to her. It is personal. It is wrapped up in memory and love, and the kind of feeling you cannot fully explain to someone who has not felt it themselves. When Benny asked Dave if he had seen The Family Stone, Dave said he had not. So Selena and Benny both jumped in to describe it together, calling it sweet and touching, and Selena added that it is also sad. Which, honestly, is the exact combination that makes a story stay with you. You laugh, you cry a little, and then you think about it for weeks. And then Selena started talking about a specific scene that she said she cannot get out of her head. The dinner table scene. She described it to Dave, and the room got quiet in that way rooms do when someone is saying something real. She said that one day she wants to be sitting at her own dinner table when she is that age, surrounded by everyone she loves, watching the beautiful chaos of a family that has grown up and is living their lives. She talked about partners, significant others, kids running around, people who are still single, everyone showing up and somehow fitting together around one table. She called it a beautiful cast of characters. She also said something that you have to sit with for a second. She said whatever happens, happens. If they are only able to have one child or none. She hopes, she said quietly, but they do not know yet. That is not just a throwaway line. That is a person being honest about uncertainty in a way that takes real courage. Selena has spoken before about her health journey and what her body has been through. She has never made it the center of everything, but she has never pretended it is not there either. So when she says whatever happens, happens while talking about having kids, she is carrying something real in those 3 words. But the dream, she made that crystal clear. The dream is that dinner table. Kristen jumped in and said what Selena was describing was the community of family, and Selena grabbed onto that immediately. Then she laughed and said it is going to be absolute crazy chaos until all those kids actually grow into adults. The whole room cracked up. And that is the thing about this conversation. It moves between something deeply sincere and something genuinely funny without losing either. That is hard to do. Most people in public life cannot pull it off. Selena makes it look effortless. And none of this came out of nowhere when you look at Benny's side of the story too. Back in June 2025, before the wedding, Benny gave an interview to InStyle where he talked about how much he wants to be a dad. He said he loves kids, and that being an uncle has been one of the great joys of his life, but that being a dad is something else entirely. He said he was dreaming and praying for it every single day. Those are not the words of someone making conversation. That is someone who has already built that future in his mind, and is hoping with everything he has that it becomes real. So now you have 2 people who individually told the world they wanted this life. And then they found each other, got married, and are now on a podcast laughing about how chaotic 4 kids would be while also meaning every word of it. That is a love story, honestly. What makes this whole conversation so good is the setting. Dave and Kristen are not there as entertainment. They are actual friends, which is why the whole thing breathes the way it does. Dave saying 1, maybe 2 created the perfect ladder for Selena to walk in at 4 and make everyone laugh and also feel something. Kristen naming the community of family gave Selena the exact language she needed. These are people who finish each other's sentences and follow each other's thoughts in real time. You cannot fake that energy, and you cannot manufacture it. Either the friendship is real or it is not, and this one clearly is. There is also something quietly beautiful about the fact that Selena is 33 years old, and this is where she is. She has been famous since she was a teenager. She built Rare Beauty into a genuine powerhouse. She has toured the world, sold out arenas, walked every red carpet there is. And in the middle of all of that, what she is sitting around thinking about, the image she cannot shake from her head, is a dinner table full of family. Not another award. Not another record. A dinner table. That is the kind of shift that tells you a person knows exactly who they are. Friends Keep Secrets drops new episodes every week, and if this second episode is any kind of preview, this podcast is going to be something people talk about for a while. Not because of the celebrity names attached to it, but because of the honesty inside it. Real conversations between people who actually trust each other are rare, and this one has that quality from the first minute. Selena's dinner table does not exist yet, but the way she talked about it, the detail of it, the feeling behind it, it already lives in her completely. And if you have been paying attention to her story for any amount of time, you already know that when this woman decides something is worth building, she builds it. That is the story. That is the full picture. And if this one got to you at all, hit that subscribe button right now, because we will be right here every single time something worth talking about drops, and trust me, you do not want to be the last one to know.